Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a video based around one brand, and that brand is Motives Cosmetics. It's a great brand and it's affordable. It is sold in the USA, but there are people who do sell it here in Australia, and I actually work with those people, Maria and Georgia, and they kindly put together this kit for me. Hold on, my light is flickering. Which is like a full face of makeup, and I'm just going to be showing you how to use the products and how they work. So the first thing you always want to start out with is face primer, and this is to prolong the wear of your foundation and also make it apply smoother onto your skin, just to give it a nice base. So the face primer I'm going to be using is the Perfecting Face Primer by Motives Cosmetics. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And then taking my foundation brush, I'm just going to put that all over my face. Now the next product I have here is called Invisalign, and this minimises the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and perfectly smooths the skin, leaving a veil over its surface, providing a soft focus effect while imparting anti-wrinkle and anti-aging properties. So this product you can either use underneath your foundation as a primer or over the top to fill in your fine lines. I prefer to use it on underneath my foundation, but it's really all personal preference how you prefer to do it. I'm just going to grab my finger and just dab it onto the area where I want it to be filled in, because I do have quite deep smile lines. So you want to dab, not swipe, because dabbing actually pushes the product into the fine lines and fills them in. You can also use this for the creases underneath your eyes if you do have any, but I don't really mind about those ones because I cover them with eyeshadow anyway. So I just like to cover my smile lines because they are quite visible. Okay, and I'm just going to let that product set and just dry into my skin before I apply my foundation. So now the foundation that I'm going to be using today is the Liquid Powder Mineral Foundation, and this is a mineral foundation, self-setting liquid powder foundation infused with antioxidants and minerals, hydrates and conditions skin, medium coverage for a beautifully polished look, oil-free and hypoallergenic. I'm just going to take a little bit of this on the back of my hand once again. Then taking my foundation brush and just patting that into my skin. The next product I have here is the Colour Perfection Quad. You can use it as a foundation or a concealer to highlight and contour or cover blemishes. So I'm going to use, I don't think I need any covering on my blemishes. The foundation covered it up pretty well. So I might take one of these two colours to bronze up my skin and use it as like a cream bronzer. So after I've lightly bronzed my skin with the Colour Perfection Quad, I'm going to take this Sculpt Series palette, which looks like this, and this is in the shade Ice. With this palette, you can use it as concealer, so for blemishes, or you can use it as a highlighting and contour palette, which is what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to take this light shade here, and depending on your skin tone, you would use which one suits you as a highlight. Like if you have more darker skin tone than I do, you could use this one, which has sort of a yellowy undertone in it, but I'm going to be taking the light one and just highlighting underneath my eyes with that. It does come with a little brush in the palette, so I'm just going to be using that, and I'm just going to be applying that underneath my eyes to highlight and get rid of those dark circles. Then I'm taking it in between my brows. So the idea is to highlight the center of your face. Cupid's bow. I like to go around the sides of my nose as well, and also the chin. Now with this same palette, I'm going to take this color here, the darkest one. Also another alternative to this quad, like what I use to bronze, I usually take these two colors here, mix them together and use that as a bronzer as well, a cream bronzer. So I'm going to go in with this color to contour. And you really need the smallest amount because it is quite dark. And you can see once you blend it out, it doesn't look so bad. When you first put it on, it's really dark. I'm also taking this dark shade to contour the sides of my nose. Once again, just really lightly, the smallest amount of product. And then you want to make sure you blend out those lines. Now to set the highlighted part of my face, I'm going to be using the Mineral Dual Foundation with aloe vera and it's oil free. This is in the colour Neutral. And I'm just going to set underneath my eyes with that mostly because you always want to make sure you set underneath your eyes so that they don't crease. Now for blush, I am going to be taking the colour So Peachy, which looks like that. And it's a peachy colour as the name says it is. And I'm just going to apply this to the apples of my cheeks, just for a nice light flush of colour. Okay, so now moving on to the eyes, I'm taking the Motives Cosmetics eye base, and it looks like this. It's just a cream pale colour, and this is so that the eyeshadows come off true to colour as they look in the palette, or whatever eyeshadow you're using. So this is an eye base. It's always important to prime the eyes with that. And you don't need too much, you need just the right amount, because if you apply too much it will crease, and if you don't apply enough it just won't so work. The first eyeshadow I'm going to be applying is this loose pigment here, and it's called Allure, and it's a beautiful shimmery champagne-y colour with gold flecks of glitter, and I'm just going to apply this all over my eyelid. So now I'm taking this palette here, and this is the Element palette. And the first colour I'm going to take is this one here, which is called Native, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to use that one in my crease. And I'm also going to take that same colour underneath my lash line as well. Next, from the same palette, I'm going to be taking this colour here, which is one of my favourite colours out of this palette. And I'm going to be applying that into my crease also, but in a more concentrated area. And also taking that on the lower lash line as well. Now once again from the same palette, I'm taking the darkest brown here, and it's just a dark brown with flecks of glitter through it, but the glitter doesn't really show up that much. So this is going into my crease also, but once again in just a concentrated area, mainly just on the outer corners. Make sure you go back and blend it out. Now what I'm going to do with the same eyeshadow palette is take this shade here, and I'm going to use that as a highlight on my face. So I'm just taking that on a brush and just concentrating that on the highest parts of my cheekbones. And you can see it just gives a light glow. Now with all the blending that's been going on, you might have lost some of the pigmentation on the eyelids. So I'm going to go back in with the Allure loose pigment, and I'm just going to spray a fine mist onto my makeup brush. And then I'm going to pick up some product, tap off any excess, and once again just dab that onto my eyelid. And using this product wet will just make it that much more pigmented than it already is. And you can just see the difference there, how much more pigmented and shiny this side looks. So I didn't actually get it on camera when I applied the liquid eyeliner. It's in a texture form. It's really easy to apply because it's got the felt tip and it's nice and sharp to create that fine point. If you do want any separate videos using certain products that I've used in this video, then let me know and I will demonstrate how I used them, because I don't know, my camera just died or something and I lost the footage. So yeah, that's what I used for my winged eyeliner. And now moving on to the lips, I'm going to take the All Day Liquid Stick in the colour Sultry, and this is kind of like a liquid lipstick, I guess you could call it, or lip cream. This is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. I really like the way it turned out, and I'm really happy with all the Motives Cosmetics products. They're amazing, great quality, great pigment, just great everything. I will leave all the links down below where you can purchase these products from. And yeah, also as I said before, if you want to see individual videos on how to use a certain product that I used in this video, like a step-by-step, then please let me know and I will do that. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!